Kwakhona bethunani molweni, good afternoon, good early evening. Dingu Black Maqi, and it was important for us to have this conversation because it's into ubomi buka sisters, and basically what she wants to do by us having this conversation, kusibonisa some of the lessons that she has learned along the way, but also the mistakes that she's made when it comes to imali and especially in retirement. We have all heard of a story of the woman who has worked all her life, paid her bills, paid her debts, took care of her children, literally took care of everything. And she was looking forward to a peaceful retirement, but only to learn at the end of her working days that she has not been just earning, but she has not thought about growing her money. And now retirement time comes and she finds herself in a very tricky situation. And Usis Tozi, when we speak of that woman, Usis Tozi can absolutely relate. So ndiyafuna Sis Tozi indoba usikhobise nje kancinci, just a bit of a background kwi-story sakho as you took the decision yokuba uyayeka emsebenzini, but you doing that without having a proper plan. Khasikhobise nje, and then from then zafuna uyazi ke ngoku into yokuba izofika nini i-realization yoba oopsie.
Molweni bethuni. Here I am working, ndiqala usebenza as umabhalane after I had been failing grade 12 at this day, standard 10 then, and I decided I'm done with the schooling thing. Ndangu mabhalane. And my parents were saying, when you are ready to go back to tertiary, we're here for you. Yes? And then I made the realization that I can't be earning 340 rands per month as an admin clerk way back then. Went back to the University of the Western Cape, studied BA in social work, UCT honors in social development. Then now I worked for the Department of, after working for NGOs, Department of Social Development as a social worker. And then I grew up the ranks into management. Now I am a deputy director at the department in child care and protection a unit, and me and children, there we are. Now, later in my life there, a new manager was employed. And I think things started to change in that I found this woman to be vicious and this woman to be frustrating us. And I knew there and then that I'm not going to stay for long here. And remember, I am already a 50 plus at that time. And this I'm not going to be employable anyway. And then I decided, you know what? Why did I, when I was taking out my retirement annuities, which will come to, why did I say I want to retire at 55? I'm close to 55. Maybe this is a way, this is a sign that says, out. Your stay here is no more welcome. So you need to move out. So I made a very emotional decision, if I may say, an emotional decision that said because I don't like the manager, and the manager does not like me, and she doesn't know the work. I am teaching her the work, and now I must suffer. So here I am saying to HR, I'm turning 55 at such and such a month. Please give me forms. I want to prepare for my retirement. And I'm going, no financial planner, no financial advisor, nothing. I want out. I did it all by myself and on my own. Completed those forms, and I said, I want that money to come to me. Send it to my bank.
A shocker, sisters, you discover in the mali that you are demanding. Of course, rightly so, because but you discover it's not even going to be enough to carry you through.
Guys, indeed, not even going to be enough to carry me through. And this is me saying, I I've never had this amount in my bank at any given one time. I just want to see so many hundreds. I'm choosing my words carefully. Hundreds of thousands. I'm not talking about million. I never got a million. Because Taxman was on my case. Where is the SARS person? Taxman was on my case. Taxman was on my case. I never got there. And I said, let the money go there. And I kept it in the bank. Because now the advising person, the advisor at the bank said, hey, Sissy, let's shift this money maybe while you are still thinking. Maybe save it in a closed kind of a bag for about 6 months while you are still thinking. And then you will come to us. Black, I did that. And now I'm thinking, hey, I have no other income. And remember, when you are on retirement, it becomes less than what you were earning. I have no more income. And this money, what do I do? And by going to such things as Zinto Zinjena, hey man, there's this lady that I'm always meeting, but still I'm saying, I don't know anyone. Who's his toes? Who's his toes? You are no manyala. That's his toes. Where rate you? Kubono manyala. This eyes open. Hey, until one day I realized, hey, yes, I've never been married. I don't have kids of my own, but I have a brother who's unemployed, and therefore, as you were saying, it's not black tax, it's blessings. Now I must be a blessing to abantwana bakhe and him as my firstborn, if you may, because he is unemployed and I'm the breadwinner at home. So I realized that, you know what, I must make the little that I have now work for me. And I decided to sit down and be naked in front of a stranger, which is something that I've been scared of for the whole of my working life, saying that I cannot expose myself to any person who is going to tell me. I don't want anyone to tell me what to do and how to manage my money. That was my mistake number one, because I didn't want anyone. And as they were saying, Blackne, that when we walk into these institutions, your blues and your greens and white, the only thing that you are sold or you are offered is a funeral policy.
Yeah.
My pay slip was, and I would say, my cousin, auntie, I just need something to get me there. You know, I would say to get me there. And I think when I now had a relationship with a financial planner, that is where we started. And she told me that there is something that is called an emergency fund. You want to get there. So why would you pay for a return of 15,000 rands when you have been paying for 30 years? You have been paying for 30 years this policy for 30 years, but you are going to get 15,000 rands. So, you know, I started seeing light now and all of that. And I think I made peace with myself to say that if I have to start now, let me start now. But what I want to share with you guys, because of the mistakes I made, I am still paying Utatomkhulu SARS even today.
Yeah.
I am still owing SARS. And I did what the lady was calling evasion. I was trying to run away now from SARS until SARS said, and they told me it's going up. And now I have someone who's managing that part of my life. And I would get returns, money due to me, but I do not get it at hand because it
has to go back.
So, yeah.
This was one of mistakes on those highlighter kule conversation yam now that you made. The lessons that I learned.
Yes.
And if wonke umuntu olapha endlini they didn't hear anything that we said, what is that one thing at least that you want to they walk away with?
Can be two things. Let us teach our children to start with the end in mind. because ndabasingena blindly, I did not have a plan yokuba at the end kuzawuthini na. That's number one. And secondly, they must understand when they retire how they want their retirement to be. Because I realized when I was a 50 plus that, hey, the retirement annuities that I have, I was figuring I go 500,000 rands. I don't even have 500,000 rands. And now I wanted to boost that up. The city man, put you know we can't because the age that, and I am not going to a financial planner. Even then, I'm going to a financial planner because I walk into these institutions and say, kutufuna ntoni ndicela uthengiselwa i-product ekuthiwa i-retirement annuity okanye ndenyuse nditop up lena. And I realized that I was too late to do that by the time this year because sensazi uba kulo nyaka uzayo ndifuna uretirisha but andina plan. So if there are the two things that I would like to leave us with, your children, make sure that they start with the end in mind. And secondly, make sure that you understand your life and you know how you want to retire.
Yeah.
And okokugqibela, if sowuzenzile a mistake like I did, it is never too late.
Yeah.
It is time to start even now.
Yeah.
Because mna ndistarte post-retirement ukuba ne-financial planner, and I think I'm comfortable.
Yeah.
I'm comfortable.
Yeah. What should we walk away? What should we walk away with just from this conversation, from your story?
These secrets don't help. Secrets don't help, guys. Amanyala akho azawutya wena. So rather you share. You know, shared story. A shared problem is half a problem.
I love that. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming to our TED Talk.